In this video I will tell you the best heavy tanks in World of Tanks Blitz that you should probably research. And before we continue, please remember to hit the subscribe button and like the video. Characterized primarily by the thick armor and incredible weapon arsenal, heavy tanks are best suited for the front lines and heavy skirmishes. Compared to the speedier light tank and the versatile medium tank, heavy tanks are built to become juggernauts through and through. However, just what are the best heavy tanks in the game? 9. WZ-111 5A. While some players of World of Tanks Blitz may not necessarily rely on a lot of Chinese heavy tanks due to their weaker armor, the WZ-111 5A is an exception to the list. While it suffers from poor HP and a rather small view range, its decent penetration and overall damage make it quite a competent fighter for beginners. This heavy tank is easily a recommended heavy tank for beginners due to its decent base damage and speed. Not only that, but its heavy armor paired with its flexibility allow the WZ-111 5A to become an ever-reliable vehicle for beginners to use, especially to practice getting in and out of various positions. 8. T-29. Despite its lackluster base stats, the T-29 from the USA is already impressive enough as a beginner-friendly unit for those who want to get acclimated to using heavy tanks in World of Tanks Blitz. Unlike other heavy tanks, the T-29 is rather versatile enough due to its nature. At full capacity, the T-29 has impressive reload and impressive mobility unlike other tanks in the same tier class. Not only that, its 10-degree gun depression allows the T-29 to work more complicated angles, giving it an advantage in terms of maneuverability. 7. Super Conqueror. Sometimes, all it takes for a tank in World of Tanks Blitz to be considered a force to reckon with is incredible armor, and the Super Conqueror from Britain certainly doesn't disappoint. At its core, the Super Conqueror already boasts decent base damage and an incredible rate of fire for its class, allowing it to outmaneuver a lot of heavy tanks in terms of straight combat alone. However, where the Super Conqueror shines is its well-protected armor and all-around armor coverage, ensuring that the vehicle remains protected against flanks and making it a decent tank on the front lines. 6. E-100. Due to the nature of heavy tanks in World of Tanks Blitz, it's easy for players to assume that these tanks are rather slow and sluggish to support the defensive advantages. This isn't the case with E-100 from Germany, given its decent all-rounder stats. At its core, the E-100 has one of the largest HP pools of the tanks in both its series and category, allowing the E-100 to become a flexible sub-tank or damage dealer. Not only that, its track protection armor allows the E-100 to reach difficult locations quickly and even hit and run light tank foes with killer shots when maneuvered properly. 5. AMX-50B. One of the most surprising tanks in World of Tanks Blitz comes in the form of extremely maneuverable and speedy juggernauts, particularly when it comes from heavy classes. This is exactly the case with AMX-50B from France, as it's arguably one of the fastest heavy tanks out there. Relying mostly on its speed than its other stats, the AMX-50B can easily outclass the usually fast light tanks on the battlefield. Moreover, its 4-round autoloader allows the AMX-50B to dish out shots fairly quickly, allowing it to become a means to destroy the enemy's front lines when maneuvered properly. 4. T-57. Heavy players who got accustomed to using heavy tanks in World of Tanks Blitz know that maximizing their use has everything to do with dominating through defense and firepower. The T-57 from the USA knows this, boasting some of the best balance between aggression and defense in the game. At its core, the T-57 already boasts a decent HP pool. However, where it shines is its other components, such as an oscillating turret and its impressive accuracy. Due to these elements, the T-57 can navigate ridges and hills much easier, allowing it to overcome otherwise complicated angles and dish out surprise attacks against various foes. 3. Object 279. Players who are more than willing to complete a huge portion of the World of Tanks Blitz campaign deserve the equally boastful Object 279 from the USSR as a reward. At its core, this heavy tank boasts a remarkable all-around nature that makes it quite a decent unit to bring in most situations. At its core, the Object 279 boasts a well-armored front turret that allows players to confidently strike from within the front lines. Not only that, it offers excellent mobility for a heavy tank that players can take the Object 279 for a tour to reach critical positions rather quickly. Players do need to pay attention to its flank-prone weak side and rear defenses. However, Players who play into the frontline advantage of the Object 279 may never have to worry about other tanks trying to get the best of it. 2. Maus. Perhaps the pinnacle of defense across heavy tanks in World of Tanks Blitz, the Maus from Germany is arguably the tankiest of defenders in the game. Due to its weight, the Maus certainly lacks speed and mobility. However, as it currently boasts the most hit points so far with an incredible rear defense that other tanks don't often have, the Maus is a juggernaut to deal with on the defense. This advantage is especially apparent once players decide to have this defend critical areas on the map, since most enemy fire won't be able to tear through the Maus as efficiently as they thought. 1. VK 100.01p. Players who simply want a tank in World of Tanks Blitz that imposes impenetrability, it's probably the VK 100.01 from Germany. Aside from its already intimidating, plain appearance, the VK 100.01 boasts the most HP among its other Tier 10 tank counterparts. It has above average HP and view range, as well as rather immense damage potential when aimed properly. While its DPM is relatively low, it's the defensive potential where VK 100.01 shines the most. Not only that, but the ridiculous surrounding armor and the sheer large ammo capacity make the VK 100.01 either the perfect defender or a juggernaut of a vanguard that will impose authority over the front lines. There's the list. Which heavy tanks do you think should have been included here? Tell us in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.